But all y'all was talking, had to come back, hit a PR. I had to show y'all what's up. All glory to God.
Christian Clarke! Look at Clarke throwing it out the park!
So after school, I went out to the field, got ready, warmed up, took a few practice throws, and now it was that time. So I'm watching everybody throw. Everybody throwing good. So last meet, I really didn't beat the people from Hartford High like that. So this meet, I really came, I was ready for anything, I had mad people in my comment section, critics, everybody. So when I came back, all of that, I was ready, I was locked in. I ain't even gonna cap, I was locked in. So when I'm getting ready for my throw, one of the people I'm throwing against come up to me. I practice, like his team would come to our practices and we would just practice together. So I already knew bro a little bit. So we was just chilling. And he was like, yo man, I'm finna beat. He said something like, I'm finna beat you today. I'm like, Or like he just wanted like some competition. So I'm like, alright man. Alright. So that was another thing just going through my head. So, yeah. So on my first throw, I wind up, I boom it. I'm not even gonna cap, I boom it. But then it fouls, so I'm like, alright. I don't let that affect me. I shake it off. I step back, I'm watching everybody throw. Everybody throwing good, everybody throwing cool. It's cool and mellow. Nobody really throwing it. Nobody really booming it like that. So I'm like, alright, bet. So for my second throw, I tried to spin again. So for this meet, the official let us step outside the circle a little bit because they realized this discus circle was too small. And that was to have the space similar in the circle to a discus circle on plywood or concrete. So I step a little outside the circle. I'm getting ready. I spin. I hop a little bit because I don't want to slip on the grass because grass in the circle was kind of muddy, so I didn't want to slip on it. So I do a little spin, I hop, throw it, and it goes, whoo! I see it go mad far, so I'm like, alright, yeah. Yeah, I back up. I'm ready. They mark it, and then they told me something low, like, they said it was lower than what I actually threw. So I ain't gonna cap, I was mad. So I was like, alright, I just gotta come back in javelin, get a PR. So I went over to javelin. I threw my first throw. So I had this thing in practice where the javelin would hit my back because I didn't know how to do the technique well. Ooh! So when I threw my first throw, that happened. And they was like, oh, you good? I was like, nah, I'm straight. Came back second time, got some numbers on the board, but it still wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't a PR. So for my last throw, I was like, all right, gotta lock in. Came, threw it, got a PR. So I'm like, all right, okay, we gonna double PR today. So I walked over to Shoppa. The official told me I could only throw once again. Yo, so I'm like, all right, man. So I was waiting out for my throw. He said to me, yo, don't make this a foul, or you better not make this one a foul. I was like, man, I shrugged him off. I'm like, I ain't worried about it. So, do it, hit that spin. Swagger, man. After I hit the throw, I look back at him, I'm like, yo, I ain't worried about it. Then they told me to mark, and it was a PR. I ain't go cap. I really feel like I threw further. I posted on my IG story, I'm like, yo, which I think how far this throw was, and everybody said, most people said farther than it went, so I'm like, but it's cool. It's alright, it already happened, so all I could do is just keep my head up and keep striving to be better and keep grinding. So they told me it was a PR. So I looked back at him again and I said, yo, I ain't worried about it, man. I'm not worried about it. So, it's a cool little moment we had, So the meet went well. That was when I got home. When I got home, I was kind of glad about the Shoppa PR, but I was kind of still mad about the discus. I checked my phone. I got an email because Athletic Net sends you an email to show you your PRs, and I looked at it, and it said I hit way further than what I threw. So I'm like, huh? Cause I think I misheard the official when they said what I threw. So when I came home and I saw what I actually threw, I'm like, whoo! Whoo! I'm like, yeah. So, you know, I was hype. I ain't gonna cap. I was hype. I was hype in here. I ain't gonna cap. I was yelling all that, you know. So, you know, a few days later, I posted that, and it was fake crickets. Nobody came back and was like, nah, you ain't do that. Nah, we don't care. But nah. Nobody came back. It was all support, man. I appreciate y'all for that, man. So yeah, with this PR and that throw, set the tone for the season. It made me the youngest discus thrower in Weaver's history books. I was recognized in the top 100 class of 2027 in Connecticut for that throw also. And, you know, I was also mentioned in the top 10 CT boys by event, by mile split. So, with all that, all glory to God. I wouldn't have been able to do any of that without God. Again, God first, all glory to God. Wouldn't have been able to do any of that, achieve any of that without God. So, yeah. And then, after that, it was time for the second meet. Second meet. So for this next meet, I was hype about throwing discus, and then I came, and then I heard it was canceled. So they canceled the discus event because the grass circle needed to be refurnished and redone as far as how big the circle was and the location of the circle. So we couldn't throw discus. So it was only shot put and javelin. So this meet, I decided I only wanted to throw shot put. So I warmed up on my team, and then it was time. You know, I get in my spin, doing it, I get ready, I throw it, then it fouls. And it also hit one of the teachers that works at the school I was going to at the time.
At least 90 feet.
Yeah, and that teacher, he used to help us train for shot, you know, get us ready, because he throws in the Highland game, so it's kind of like he knows how to throw shot put too. So yeah, I'm like, all right, wipe it off, come back next time. So for my last throw, the official from last meet that only lets me throw once when I be at javelin, he was telling everybody to back up. Like I was gonna hit them, like my spin was gonna go up like some other place. So I look at him, I'm like, oh word? So I'm like, yeah, get in my spin, throw it. Whew. Got some numbers on the board, man. It wasn't a PR, but it still went far, so, you know, had to come in, had to get it done. Now for this next meet.